electricity, cooling, and all of that.
So there's a lecture that's about 30 minutes long and a series of papers. I would give you it as an answer to this, but I'll give you the short version, which is another often overlooked portion of Nakamoto's Bitcoin paper was the incentive structure for maintaining the network. So the Bitcoin paper was certainly a best paper award, I think, for most crypto conferences in computer science. It also would have been a great economics paper, because even though it didn't answer every question, for 2008 it created an incentive structure which succeeded. In maintaining this network. And that's where the answer to your question is going to come from, is the creation of an incentive structure which allows the developers of these networks, the developers of the applications that run on them, to be able to trade in things which have some degree of inherent value, such that it is worth participating, donating spare resources to the network. And I'll add one specific example to this, because it's something I also think has not been talked enough about in the blockchain space. The Monero currency has been talked about in a number of different contexts, and whether or not that's the next sort of underworld currency, and there's actually a split off of it, Ryo currency, because apparently there's a hack for the Monero anonymity that de-anonymizes it. That's not the interesting part of Monero. The interesting part of what the Monero project has done, and Ryo currency is doing this too, is what we call ASIC resistance. One of the things that's missing from the blockchain economy right now is incentive structures where people will donate their unused but always on computing resources and receive real value back. Because we don't care about what Bitcoin miners, the actual computers, the application-specific integrated circuits do. That lets us do one thing, Bitcoin. What we care about is general purpose computing. That's what these devices do. That's what our laptops do, what our PCs do, what our servers and microcomputers do mini computers do if we go back that far. We care about that kind of computing. So part of the answer to achieving how are we going to pay for this, which is essentially, I think, the question that you're asking, is coming up with a mechanism by which we can ensure that if I install the general computing blockchain on my phone, which has to be on all the time and needs some level of power, so it doesn't use that power all the time, it only uses it when the phone processes demands it, that the leftover computational cycles, which take trivial, if any, additional power, can be donated back. The deadweight loss, as we would call it in economics of that, is so tremendous that I would suggest to you it quite literally has the ability to more than pay for itself.
예, 혹시 다른 질문도 있으신가요? 예, 다른 질문이 없으시면은 오늘 이 발표를 위해서 7,000마일을 오신 데이비 서 교수님께 다시 한번 큰 박수 부탁드리겠습니다. 네. 오후 프로그램과 점심 식사에 대해서 아나운서께서 안내를 해주실 테니까 잠깐 자리를 좀 지켜주시기 바랍니다.